So much for listening to this episode of Earrings Off. We want to invite you to subscribe, rate, and leave us a review. You can find us on Facebook at Earrings Off Podcast and on Instagram at The Earrings Off Podcast.
Welcome to Earrings Off. I'm Lou.
And I'm Teresa. Let's get started. Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, people.
I'm Teresa.
And I'm Lou.
We are so happy to be with you all today.
Yes.
And that you're spending a little bit of time with us.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit.
Lou, before we jump into the episode, tell me, how have you been?
Well, I've been great. I have been great. Had some fun times, and I'm saving that for my current event because I didn't get one, so I'll wait and talk about that later.
Oh,
But
my goodness.
I'm doing well. How you doing, partner?
I'm doing well. Actually, I had some down days
Yeah.
over the weekend, but
Yeah.
I have since recovered. I think, honestly, I am tired. I just need to rest. I'm going to have to fix that, right? So,
Yeah.
after resting a bit, I felt a little bit better.
Well, Teresa, I had an exhausting time. Again, I'm going to share more about that later. But I went to bed the other night at 7:30 p.m.
I love
I,
that for you.
I was tired.
I love that for you.
I was exhausted, and my body kept letting me know, listen, you need to go to sleep to call it a night. And I felt so much better the next
Did
morning.
you sleep through the night?
I actually did, Teresa.
Oh, wow, you needed
I
that.
actually
Oh,
did.
you
I
needed
shocked
that.
myself. I
Mhm.
shocked myself. Yeah.
Mhm.
And of course, when I got up the next morning, I missed all kind of activity and texts, but it was all right.
They survived.
There wasn't an emergency, so it was all good.
It
So
was all good.
yeah.
But okay, Lou, so you kind of alluded to what we're doing today. Life can feel really heavy.
Yeah.
Every time we turn on the television or scroll
Yeah.
through social
Yeah.
media,
Yeah.
there's another headline that just screams
Yeah.
for our attention, or at least mine. And I know
Well,
I'm an addict when it comes to that.
no,
I
but
have tried so hard to not be.
But Teresa, you know what? Even though I try to be careful because I don't want to be overwhelmed, I try to limit my intake. But there's so much going on. It pops up in unexpected ways, in unexpected places. It just pops up because so much is going on, you know?
I know, Lou, and some of the stories do deserve our attention because
Yeah,
they affect our lives and our community.
yeah,
But
yeah,
others, s- some stories just remind us that there is still kindness and hope
yeah,
and
yeah,
humanity in the world.
yeah. I
So,
mean, yeah, yeah.
our intention today, dear listeners, is for us to bring a couple of current events that made us stop and think, and a couple of feel-good stories that made us smile a bit. We aren't here to tell you what to think. We're here to have real conversations, offer different perspectives, and hopefully leave you feeling just a little bit more informed, a little more hopeful than when you press play. So let's get into it, Lou. I'll kick us off with my first story.
Go
And
ahead, partner. Go
of
ahead.
course, you're not going to be surprised by
Uh,
my first story
Okay, okay.
because I'm sure this caught your attention as well. It's about our forever president and our forever first lady, the Obamas.
Teresa. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Okay.
So you know what happened on June
Yeah,
19th.
yeah, I
They
do.
opened the Obama Presidential Library. So
Yeah,
I found a very great article about it online, but I don't really want to read it because by now, if you've not heard this
yeah,
story, you
yeah,
must be living under a rock.
yeah,
But
yeah,
what I do want to expand on is how it's more than a library, Lou.
yeah, yeah.
It's more than a library. It's like a whole campus. I cannot.
Yeah, I know, I know. And some people said they were trying to get tickets. I actually know one couple that they have tickets, but I don't think they can get in until next year or later
I
this year.
believe
But
that.
I'm talking to people who haven't been able to get tickets. So yeah.
Yeah, so there's a museum tower, a forum building,
Yeah.
and this forum building, oh my goodness, Lou, it's a community gathering place.
What?
That has an
Wow.
auditorium, has a media suite, and
Yeah.
a democracy and action lab, a
Yeah.
home court. You know what a fan of
Yeah.
basketball that President
Oh
Barack
yeah. Yeah.
Obama is.
Absolutely. A true fan, not a fake
Yeah.
fan. A true
Mm-hmm.
fan. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And a
Yeah.
branch of the Chicago Public Library. This is
Oh
what,
wow.
right,
In the
this is,
museum. Oh wow.
yes, because here's the thing. The museum you have to pay for, but the
Yeah.
library is free and
Wow.
public, right?
Wow.
And
Okay.
then on the outdoor, they have some public spaces. They got a fruit and vegetable garden,
Uh-huh.
and it's an interactive outdoor space that features a teaching kitchen for the community to learn about sustainable food.
Oh
There's a
wow.
women's garden and wetland walk, landscaped outdoor areas offering walking trails, native plants, and a sledding hill.
Oh wow. Oh my
A
goodness. I tell you.
central plaza, a central focal point for the campus and community events.
Yeah.
Lou,
Yeah.
I have but one question for you. Actually,
Okay.
two
Okay.
questions. It's a two-parter.
Okay.
Have you ever visited a presidential library, and do you intend on visiting this one?
I haven't visited a presidential library, although I did go to JFK's museum in
Mm-hmm.
Massachusetts, but it wasn't the
Mm-hmm.
presidential one. It was just one which highlighted his life, which was pretty impressive, I might
Yeah,
add.
I
But
bet.
absolutely, I would want to go to this one. I'd want to see all of that you described. It sounds wonderful. And to just go to as a way to honor the sacrifice that the Obamas made for this country and
Mm-hmm.
how well they represented us. And also, because I'm very basic, they got a space outside where people were line dancing because I saw them and that looked like fun. So,
Lou,
I
I
mean,
can.
just hundreds of people out
I
there. I was
yeah.
like, oh my goodness, that's so us. I want to
I
get in on that. So there you go.
I did not see that. I will
Oh,
have to
Teresa,
go
you
find
have
that
to.
video.
Teresa, it was something to see. It's
Oh,
like, it was like a statement to say, this is who we are. And
I love that.
today we are happy. Yeah,
I
yeah,
I
yeah.
love that. I
Yeah,
do.
so
I do. I
yeah,
do. I
but
do.
absolutely, I would love to. Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Me
Hmm.
too, Lou. I'm planning to go, and sad to hear that, tickets are have been purchased up through a year at
Yeah,
least in
they're hard.
advance.
I'm hearing that's what I'm hearing
Yeah.
from some people who said they tried to get tickets. You know?
Yeah. But
Yeah.
that's what happened with the Black Museum and Black History
Yeah,
Museum in
yeah,
Washington, D.C. I
yeah,
think it was the second year that I was able to get in.
yeah.
And
And I
then
think
I was only able to get in through my job.
right,
Like
right,
I
right,
couldn't get tickets on my own. I
right.
was able to attend, but later I was able
Yeah,
to attend on my own.
right. And I think I remember I went after you. I've been twice, but it was well after you when I could get
Hmm.
tickets. So yeah.
Hmm.
Hmm.
All right,
Well,
Lou. So
that's
I'm
good
ready to
stuff.
hear about this current event that's has you
Well,
so
okay.
tired.
Well, when we talk about current events, I had to be selfish because I actually did have a major current event, but it wasn't in the news. We had my family reunion this
Oh,
past weekend,
Lou. Oh my
and
gosh.
I tell you what, I'm not exaggerating. It was everything. It
Yes.
was.
Yeah.
We planned, but you can plan, but things don't go as you plan, no matter how hard you try. But I tell you what, it just brought my family together from all, different parts of the U.S. It allowed multiple generations to connect, and we were celebrating together. Didn't really do anything fancy, just the basic stuff. But Teresa, when we talk about the news and how heavy everything is, when you get a chance to connect with family, even just doing the basic stuff, it just has a way of just sort of healing you.
Mm-hmm.
healing you
Mm-hmm.
and fortifying you to give you some strength to keep putting one foot in front of the other because you know it's not just about you. You have people coming behind you, looking at how you're faring through all of the craziness, looking at how you're continuing to move forward, and people are paying attention. And so it was just, it was a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful celebration.
Ooh,
So,
you are simplifying the Brown
family
uh
reunion. Yeah,
family reunion, because we've talked about that many
yeah,
times here,
yeah, yeah,
and just one segment that you told me about really kind of warmed my heart. I
yeah.
love the fact that you all celebrated each other.
We
Like
did.
everybody had the opportunity to talk about things as simple as a kindergarten graduation,
Absolutely,
a new
absolutely,
baby, a
absolutely.
birthday,
Yeah,
a
yeah,
lost tooth. I
yeah.
love, love, love that for your
And you know
family.
what?
And
And
I
I,
wish I wish
yeah.
all of us could experience it.
Well, I tell you what, Teresa, that was it was touching. It was touching to be in the middle of it. We had new babies born that we hadn't had a chance to see. And one of my nephews was actually became the first fire chief, the captain of his station in North Carolina. He was the first African American in
Oh,
that
woo,
role.
woo.
And so, I
Say
mean,
his
I
name. Say
know
his
it's
name.
2000, that would be Quentin Harris. He
All
was,
right,
and
Quentin.
it happened back in 25, but again, we haven't been together since then.
Hmm.
But it's 2025 and he was still the first. And it was
Yes.
all in the news. And so we were just happy to get a chance as a family. We
To
of course
celebrate
celebrated
him.
with him, but to just acknowledge that. So
Hmm.
yeah, we highlight kindergarten graduations and
Yes.
anything else that's going on. We had family members who purchased their first home.
Oh,
So
wow.
that's exciting. So we've had weddings, all of
Yeah.
that. So it was just
Yeah.
good. Yeah, it
Yeah,
really
that's
was.
so inspirational
Yeah,
for
yeah,
all of the generations to
yeah.
see.
Oh, it
And
is.
Lou, the other thing that I find very special is how the old heads have kind of stepped back and let the young
Yeah,
people of
yeah,
the family plan
yeah.
and execute. I love, love, love that. So I'm putting
Well,
all your business out there,
I
but
hear you. I can't tell you anything. But yeah, but let me tell you something about the old heads. We had a park day, right? And I
Mhm.
specifically put on the little family guideline about make sure you hydrate. What else did I have on that? Make sure you hydrate. Maybe you might want to bring a hat. It's going to be hot, all of this stuff. And I also put, because they had games and competitions, I also put in parentheses, okay, this is for you old heads. Don't go out there trying to do things that you know your body can no longer do. Maybe it's our time to just cheer people on. But my brother, he didn't really listen. So, anyway, he had a little bit of a spill. And
Uh-oh.
I saw somebody, man down, man down. And I looked and it was him, but he was
Oh, is he
all right.
okay?
He's fine, but you can tell people things and they still have to try them for themselves.
Oh
I mean,
my goodness.
I put it in the instructions. Go somewhere and sit down. It's not your time. We're just gonna
Oh
clap for the
my,
people.
oh
So
my
anyway,
goodness.
it was really good. So that's my current event, and I had to say it. It's not a national event, but I can tell you it's quite special to the Brown family, and
Oh,
it meant the
absolutely.
world to us. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, me too.
yeah.
It means the world to me.
Oh,
Um,
thanks, Teresa.
Lou, because I'm an honorary member, and don't none of you Browns write negative comments about
they
me saying that.
they wouldn't dare. They wouldn't dare.
But anyway, Lou, my next story, let me tell you something. I do not read political
Mhm.
books,
Uh-huh,
books
uh-huh.
on current politics.
Yeah, yeah,
Now,
yeah,
I might read a salacious story that
yeah,
includes politics, but it
yeah,
ain't real,
yeah.
right? But there's a book out there that was released today, child.
What?
I cannot wait to get my hands on
It
it
was released today?
today.
What is it?
Today. Girl, Maggie Haberman and Jonathan Swan. I think they're New York Times uh
Columnist, a writer?
journalists, journalists.
Uh-huh.
They've written a new book. It's titled Behind the Regime Change, I think it's what it's called.
What?
No, it's called Regime Change.
I'm writing that down.
Right? And so what has happened? Long before we knew this was a book, we heard in the news a few weeks back where the press secretary and no, Trump's what is she called his it's the job you had, though,
The chief
your
of staff.
chief of staff.
Uh-huh, uh-huh.
Trump's chief of staff and others were saying that there had been a leak because a group of people were in the Situation Room talking about the Einstein of it
Oh,
all,
right,
right?
right, right. I
And
heard they actually had an
a
Einstein
recorded,
war, and they had a war room where
yes,
yeah,
they were
okay.
in the Situation Room.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
So this book almost has a word for word account of what occurred in that room. Weeks before we knew there was a book, they were saying that there was a leak. What that tells you then is what was leaked was true. What these people have in this book, they confirmed that it's true. So it's not like this is
Yeah.
some fake story.
Oh my goodness.
Lou, so this book has everything in it. They have written a book and they're going on the interview. They were on the Lawrence O'Donnell
Lawrence
show last,
O'Donnell,
yeah.
MS now. Uh-huh.
Mhm. Last night, not or night before that, sometime recently, maybe Friday last week, I can't
Uh-huh.
remember.
Uh-huh.
But they're talking about everything from the president's health, like the real stuff, because you remember how you were saying how you
I
search,
do. I do.
search
I do. I was on it today. I
you're
keep
on the
up
health
with the health.
watch.
I sure do. I keep up with the health updates. I put it in. I admit it. I sure do. Mm-hmm.
So they're talking about his health, they're talking about why
Oh,
he is so in that Situation Room. They were trying to figure out how to calm the MAGA folks about
mm-hmm.
how they're wanting to have these documents released. Well, JD Vance was like, release the documents, but everybody else was like not wanting to, because Trump's name is in there so many times.
Yeah.
But anyway, this book has everything about him
Oh.
slurring his words, his ankles, his hands. They're talking about that, and they talk about why he's so obsessed with foreign affairs versus what's happening right here in the United States,
Right, right,
because
right.
that's different than his
Right,
first
term.
term.
Right.
And so he's gambling on all these things, trying to make, according to them, allegedly, like, we don't want anybody to come after us. And I haven't read the book yet. This is
Yeah.
just some of the notes I've heard from interviews. And he wants to influence the world. He wants to have a major influence on not just the United States, but the world.
Well, he has done that. I'm not so sure it's the way in the direction he was
That
hoping,
he was
but he
hoping for.
has absolutely done that. So,
Hmm.
wow. Okay, Teresa, I
Okay.
wrote that down.
I'm going to, Lou, we should do a book club. We should both read it and talk about it.
Yeah. Oh my
Hmm.
goodness. Okay.
It
Okay.
says it describes the regime change, describes Situation Room discussions about botched attempts to contain the scandal surrounding the late financier Jeffrey Epstein, his sexual abuse of underage girls, and his links to powerful figures, including Trump.
Wow.
After the Times published an excerpt, reporters swimming in Swan's and Haberman's wake revealed that the White House's worries about how such material was obtained. Naturally, the pair are not about to reveal their sourcing,
Mm-hmm.
but they describe how hard they had to work to
To
get it.
get it.
But
Wow.
here's the thing, in the book, they literally put quotes on actual quotes that they received from people. And then they put, when it was not a fact, but a hearsay, they actually say, we cannot quote this but this is something that
Yeah.
someone told someone, right? And so they have an inside, they have somebody on the inside, child. And this is one book that I am going to read.
Oh, wow.
Mhm,
Ooh, that sounds
mhm. What do you
riveting,
think?
Teresa.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow. That I wrote that down. Wow, that's some good stuff there.
Yeah, that is some
I
good
hadn't heard
stuff.
about that at all. So,
Hmm.
wow. Mm.
Yeah. So,
Yeah. Yeah.
they okay, here's the juiciest part. The book was set to release in March or April of this year earlier. The Haberman and Swan were trying to get an interview with Trump to kind of bring it all together, and he kept refusing. He finally said yes, and they were able to stop the presses, get this interview, and include parts of it in the book. And
Mm.
for some reason, he was very talkative.
What?
Yes,
Wow.
Haberman and him have a they have a history.
Okay.
She is the one who has interviewed him the most because she interviewed him way back before he even had the TV show that he had that I never
The
watched.
Apprentice. I
Yeah.
watched it.
He,
Yeah.
ha- he she interviewed him even before then and throughout his presidency. Now he's called her all sorts of names,
Yeah.
but he will grant her an interview because somehow he has this love-hate thing with her, is what the article that I read said. I cannot wait, Lou.
Yeah. That's
I
some good stuff.
cannot
That
wait.
is some good stuff.
Okay.
Well, let me tell you, my current event, it has something to do with sports. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna start by saying, I love sports, and I don't want people coming after me, but I try my best, but I just can't deal with the Major League Baseball until it's time, for the World Series. But up to that, I struggle with baseball. But let me tell you what I'm not struggling with: this World Cup. I am
Okay.
telling you, that is some good stuff. I'm all into the World Cup, and the first match with the U.S., which they won, drew over 27.5 million combined viewers. It shattered the record for the most watched soccer telecast in U.S. history. This is the
Mm.
good part. There's been a 30 billion with a B economic surge. The U.S. tournament is projected to pump tens of billions into the economy, benefiting airlines, hotels, restaurants, and host cities, which are all over the U.S. It's created an estimated 200,000 American jobs. There have been a massive amount of tourists in. The U.S. is expected to receive up to 10 million international visitors, making it one of the largest tourism boosts in the country's history. The good part, the young people are all into it. It's not so much the older groups. 76% of U.S. soccer fans are millennials and Gen Z. And as a result of this economic surge, there have been major upgrades to public services, transportation, and infrastructure. I am telling you that, and this is some good stuff. The games have been so exciting. Not only the economic piece, which is a huge positive, but it's just, sports serve as a way to just sort of, get us away, give us something, a release from the heaviness of what we deal with every day. So I'm all into the World Cup. And what I have to say about that, fellow Americans, we have visitors. So remember what your parents taught you and be on your best behavior.
Lou, okay. Uh, you know how many of those games I've seen, right?
I know, Teresa. I know. But that's okay, partner.
Minus,
listen, I got
you
you.
got me, you got me. But I can attest to infrastructure updates as a result
Yeah.
because all of the potholes in Atlanta got filled.
We looking right
And
pretty. We looking right pretty.
and Marta got a facelift, and I don't even live there, and I noticed that the last time I was there.
Really? You noticed it for real, Teresa?
I absolutely
Yeah,
did. Yeah,
yeah,
I
yeah.
absolutely did.
So listen,
Wow, that's amazing.
yeah, and I don't want anybody spoiling it. So act like you got some home training. And I want you to be nice to our visitors and, just show them the great things about this country so that it'll make up for some of the stuff that they're seeing and hearing now. We have a
Yeah.
chance to sort of make up for some stuff, and you know what I'm talking about. Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Lou, we're going to
So,
transition into these feel-good stories.
okay. Okay. All
Lou,
right.
I have stumbled upon a YouTuber that I actually seek out on a daily basis. In fact,
Really?
he posts, they're very short, 2-minute stories, right?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
And Lou, check out the name, Global Mind Apparel. Get with
What?
that. Global Mind Apparel.
Okay, wait a minute, partner. That ain't quite hitting me the way it's hitting you.
Oh my goodness. Wait till I tell you and then
Okay.
you'll get it. So
Okay.
the description of his show says, he pumping love into the world. Every day I share positive stories and wisdom that help change the way you see the world. If you're looking for content that lifts you up, makes you think, and gives you that you're in the right place, this is the site for you, is what he says. His site is for you. He posts new content daily. He has over 2 million combined followers across all platforms. Lou, wait till I tell you this story, give you a sample, then you will understand the
Well,
global
you better
mind
hurry up
apparel.
and tell it, because so far I'm not with you on
You
it.
ain't
I
with
ain't
me.
on the bandwagon yet. You
You
better,
gonna be
you
on the
better, you better
bandwagon.
bring something better than what I've heard so far. And
Lou,
I ain't mad at him. I get he got 2 million viewers and stuff, but so far I'm not there. So go ahead.
so this story is about a family, two families actually. So this family is on their way to church on Sunday, a husband, a wife, and 2 kids. And in it's raining. And in their car, as they're driving to church, they pass a woman walking on side of the street. The husband drops his family off at the church and says to his wife, I feel the woman is in trouble and I need to go back to help her. Right? So he goes back and he helps to help the woman. He goes back to help the woman. He pulls up next to her and he says, "Can I help you?" And she says, "I've given out of gas and I'm walking to the gas station that's a couple of miles down the road." So he says to her, "Let me help you." So she hops into his car. He takes her to the gas station, and on the way, they share stories. And what he learns about her is that she's a struggling single mom and she's a bit down on her luck. Okay. So he gets her to the gas station, fills up the can with the gas, and he takes her back to her car. And when he leaves her, he pulls out all the money he had in his pocket, which was $40. He gave it to her and he wished her well. She thanked him, gives him a hug, and they go on their separate ways. Okay. 3 years later, 3 years later, the husband, whose name is Chris, his mom, Judy, gets sick and she needs 24 hours care, 24-hour around the clock care. Instead of putting her in a nursing home, they opted to keep her in her home. Okay. So they hired a service. And the first day that the person was supposed to, the aide or the assistant caregiver was supposed to arrive, they didn't. So they sent a replacement in her place, right? So this woman comes in and she takes good care of this woman. The woman, Judy is her name. Judy falls in love with the woman and she tells her son all about Judy. So Chris decides that he's going to stop by to see and meet this woman. He introduces himself and so does she. Her name is Tunde Hector. They were having a conversation and Tunde asked Chris, "Where do you go to church?" Chris told her, "Today says to Chris, shh, shh. So in the conversation, it comes up about where Chris goes to church.
Well,
And
hallelujah for that. Go on.
Tu- Tunde says, a few years back, I met someone from that church, and they actually helped me when I was on the side of the road. Chris says to Tunde, that was me. They were shocked. They couldn't believe that life brought them back together.
Okay.
Okay? Chris's mom's health took a turn for the worse, and she passed on Tunde's birthday.
Oh, okay.
Chris and his family wanted to do something special for Tunde, so they started a fundraiser, and they raised over $40,000 for Tunde to go to nursing school. Okay? And this is how the gentleman who runs the channel ends the conversations. He says, wow, this was a dope story. Now, Chris is and his family are white, and Tunde is black, and this happened in Georgia. I think this is a real dope story. Yes, I do.
It is a dope story. I got my own good story,
Let's
okay?
hear it. Let's hear
Yes,
it.
is something that affects a lot of Americans. Now, medical debt can lead people to avoid medical care, develop physical and mental health problems, and face adverse financial consequences like having their wages garnished, lien against the home, or having to file bankruptcy, right? Debt is a big thing. Well, Arizona was not just talking about it, they were really about it, and they actually did something pretty monumental, or in your words, and the guy on that show, pretty dope. Arizona is tackling medical hardship by eliminating $2 billion in healthcare debt, relieving over 350,000 residents from past due hospital bills through state-backed initiatives. This massive financial relief ensures hundreds of thousands of people are no longer burdened by unexpected medical costs. Kudos to Arizona. And to use Teresa's words, that's pretty dope.
Not my words. Okay, well, that's all
Okay,
we got.
that's all we got.
We've covered some stories that challenged us, some that made us think, and thankfully, a few, including mine in particular, that reminded us that there's plenty of good happening in the world.
But listen, we love to hear from you. Which of these stories stayed with you the most? Was there one that maybe made you smile?
Hey, join the conversation with us on social media. You know, we're on Instagram, and our handle is the Earrings Off Podcast. And before we go, we want to leave you with this question. In a world full of headlines, what are you choosing to focus on this week?
Because where we place our attention often shapes our outlook.
Thank you for spending part of your day with us. If you enjoyed today's conversation, subscribe, leave us a review, and share this episode with someone who could use a little perspective and maybe a little encouragement. Until next time, take good care.
Bye bye.